In last two sessions, we understood the term complete health. To get that complete health, in last session, we understood that we need to understand our true nature of our existence. So now let us understand all our ancient yogic texts, what they have to say about our existence. According to Taittiriya Upanishad, we are not just the body, our real nature is beyond the body. Our existence is divided into 5 different dimensions, that is 5 bodies that are being called as Pancha Koshas. The first element or a layer made from food is called Annamaya Kosha. The second body is Pranamaya Kosha, which is made out of life force. The third body is Manomaya Kosha, that is the mind layer. The fourth layer, which is of intellect, is called Vijnanamaya Kosha. And the fifth body is called Anandamaya Kosha, that is blissful state of our existence. Therefore, the first body, which is a gross physical body, we all our live in a belief that this body is me. However, there exists 4 more levels of subtle bodies within this first physical body. Therefore, it is very imperative for us to understand all these 4 subtle layers of existence to heal ourselves as well as to understand why we fall sick. So let us first take a quick look at these 5 layers of our existence, and then we will move on to our main topic, that is new pathway to perfect health. The body which can be experienced through touch, can be seen through eyes, whatever is visible, it is called Annamaya Kosha, that is food body. What we can see, this person is fair, this person is dark, his eyes are like that, his nose is like that, this is the first body. It is made out of Saptadhatus, means 7 tissues. Whatever is gross in this physical body, like bones, blood, muscle, skin, semen, bone marrow, all these are called Saptadhatus, 7 elements. So, how do we nourish this Saptadhatus, this first body? It is by food. So that is why it is called food body, Annamaya Kosha. Anna means food. So each morsel we eat goes in the making of this body. So the food that we eat, how it should be? Pure and balanced. Am I right? One most important factor or a point we need to understand here is, not only is our physical body being nourished and made through the food we eat, but also the body of our future generations depends on what we eat today. You must have heard the term Khandan, meaning dynasty or a family which we belong to. Khan plus Dan means what we eat and what you give. Khan means eating and Dan is donating. Therefore, this term Khandan has nothing to do with our religion, caste, community or family. If our ancestors ate pure food, then the purity will come to me in also. If my ancestors have eaten impure food, that impurity will come into me also. If my ancestors ate pure balanced food, then I need not to do any penance to become more pure. If they have eaten impure food, then I will have to do even more penance to purify this body. Therefore, each morsel we eat goes into the making of our first physical body, and so it has to be pure. There are many methods to pure this body, to cure or to detoxify this body. There are many methods or kriyas in yoga which are meant to purify the body. For example, Vaman Kriya. In Vaman Kriya, we drink a lot of water mixed with salt and then vomit it out, cleaning out the acids in the stomach, which helps in cleaning our upper digestive tract. There is another Kriya named as Jal Neti, in which we ingest water through our one nostril and let it out through other nostril, thus cleansing out the nasal tract and reducing the hypersensitivity of our nasal tract. In addition, you people must have heard of Sutraneti, in which we put a string inside the nostril and take it out through the mouth. Similarly, there is another advanced yogic kriya called as Shankha Prakshalan. Shankha means conch, a shell. It refers to the body, and Prakshalan means purification. So all these kriyas are taught in many naturopathy and yoga schools. But in Hatha Yoga, there is another advanced purification technique called as Amroli Kriya. So Amroli Kriya means drinking our own fresh urine. All these techniques are meant for cleansing our first visible gross body, that is food body. Once the body is clean, we can sit in one posture. Simply sitting in one posture is not possible for those who are obese as well as those who have acidity in their chest or a constipation in the belly. That means to sit in one posture, we need to have a very clean and transparent body. In ancient days, yogis used to perform meditative sadhanas, and for that, the first basic need for this was the ability to sit still in one posture for a long time. Once this physical body is pure, you can reach to the next layer of existence, that is Pranamaya Kosha. Alternatively, when you sit in one posture for a long time, you can experience the next body. The second body opens for us when our first body is clean. Now, the second body is called Pranamaya body, that is life force. Like first food body is made of 7 dhatus, that is tissues, the Pranamaya Kosha, the energy body, consists of 5 different pranas. The main prana is in the head region. Second one is Udan prana, which is in our throat region. We run, we balance ourselves is because of a Udan prana. Then third prana is Sapan prana, which is in our chest. The fourth one is Apan prana, which is in our stomach, abdomen. Whatever we food consume, that is converted into energy or a hemoglobin due to the Apan prana. The fifth prana is Vayan prana, which is covered in entire skin. If somebody is suffering from a skin disease, there may be a problem in the flow of this Vayan prana. So all these 4 pranas consist my second body, that is energy body. The only difference between our first body and second body is that first body is visible, second body is not visible, but we can experience it. For example, if you take an electrical wire, in that electricity in a wire cannot be seen, but if we touch it, we can feel that current in it. Similarly, the life force in our body, that is in our second body, we cannot see. However, we can experience it. In Russia, there is a scientist by the name of Kirlian who has invented a special camera which captures our pranic aura or the life force in our body. Scientific research has proved that before manifesting any disease in a physical body, it manifests in an energy body. Therefore, the life force in our body can be seen through machines invented by Kirlian, and which in turn helps us to evaluate our health status. Now, as we need to feed our first body by food, our second body also needs feeding. The way to nourish our energy body is through the breath. The oxygen which we breathe in is the food for the energy body. We are always conscious of the food for the first body, but we always eat and take care for our first body. However, are we even aware of the food for the second body? For the second body is proper nourishment. We need a lot of oxygen to breathe in. After this corona pandemic, everybody understands the significant role of oxygen in our body. Whenever oxygen level goes down, we see multi-organ failure in our body. Even World Health Organization statistics says that every human being requires 550 liters of oxygen in 24 hours. Do we consume that much oxygen per day? No. Why not? Because there is a hardly any physical activity we do in today's world. When this lecture is over, we all will leave this place, we get into the vehicle, switch on the ignition and drive off. Every day we spend our life in a leisure, and capacity for our lungs to draw enough oxygen has progressively reduced. In addition, one of the most important factor is to have that 550 liters of oxygen in 24 hours, we need to have at least 12,000 to 22,000 liters of pure air around us. And because of the polluted environment, we are not able to fulfill the requirement of oxygen to our body. As we are aware that proper nutrition is required for the first body, we also need to understand the second body also need adequate oxygen to function. In addition, if we do not breathe in enough oxygen, we malnourish our second body, and the bad effect is seen on the first physical body. So if the first body is purified by asanas, the second body is purified or cleansed by pranayama. So for first body cleansing, what we do? We do different yogic kriyas. We do Vamana, Jal Neti, Sutra Neti, Shankha Prakshalan, Amroli, and after that we do the asana. For the second body's cleansing, we need to do lot of breathing exercises and pranayama. So when we strengthen our first body by exercise, when we strengthen our second body by pranayama, we start experiencing the third body, that is Manomaya Kosha, that is mind body. Now what is this mind body? Just as the first body is made out of 7 dhatus, that is tissues, the second body is made out of 5 pranas, the third body consists of manas, smruti, ahankar. Manas means mind, your perception, smruti means memory, and ahankar means ego. Moreover, just as the nutrients of the first body is food, the food for the second body is oxygen, then the third body's food is what? Thoughts. So the first body's food is food. We are always conscious that food has to be pure, hygienic and balanced. Second body's food is oxygen, which we breathe in. That is also has to be pure and balanced. Now the third body's food is thoughts. How should these thoughts be? Naturally, pure and positive. If our mind is always eating negative thoughts, what will happen? Our third body will get malnourished. If we keep ruminating all sorts of useless thoughts, our mind body will get malnourished. In addition, that will result in sickness in the first physical body. In Yoga Shastra, this malnourished state of mind or a weakened mind body is called Adi Sharira. Adi means mind which harbors all kinds of negative thoughts and tensions. Therefore, from this mind body, that is third body, these negativities are transferred to the second body in the form of blockages, and which creates resistance in our energy flow, and which in turn manifests a disease on the first physical body. So Adi becomes Vyadhi, means weakened state of mind. What it does? It creates disease in our body. As we all know, our thoughts affects our physical health. That is why modern science also agrees that more than 90% of physical ailments are psychosomatic in nature. Most of the time, we simply swallow up whatever media feeds us. Now, it's a information world. Do you remember 3 monkeys? Gandhiji's 3 monkeys. One who has closed his eyes not to look at the unfavorable sights. Another one who has closed his ears not to listen to the bad words. The third who has shut his mouth to avoid uttering bad words, bad or any evil words. Now we need a fourth monkey who can shut our head so that our mind is guarded from irrelevant thoughts that we are continuously bombarded with from media. Therefore, we have to guard our mind against negative thoughts because that directly affects our health. Many TV producers have no purpose in life, so they keep making those serials that go on air from evening 7 p.m. to 11 p.m., and many Indian women keep watching them. Are we even aware of this essence of these so-called entertaining programs that we keep feeding ourselves? Family dramas, even the news channels that are full of jealousy, greed, backbiting, negative thoughts, cunning behavior is what we unconsciously ingest in our mind and resulting in a weakened mind body, which in turns ruins our health. Just as we are very particular about what we eat, the same way we have to be very particular and conscious about the thoughts we create in our mind. Suppose you take a trip to some other city. You do not have any friends or relatives there and you get hungry. Where will you go? You would go to a restaurant. How do you choose a restaurant? You see whether it is a vegetarian or not. You see whether it is a clean or hygienic. Am I right? Suppose you see a street food vendor of a fast food restaurant next to a dirty flowing gutter, and the cook has long dirty nails and he's sweating into that frying pan. Would you eat there? You are very hungry. Would you still eat there? No. Even if you do not get any other food on that day, still you will not eat there, right? You will drink some lot of water, but you will not eat at such a dirty place. Here, we would think 10 times before feeding our first body. Similarly, do we think before feeding our mind with all kinds of negative thoughts? First thing in the morning, we read the newspaper. What kind of thoughts does it carry? All negative thoughts, right? So from today, we have to make a firm decision that whatever we read, it has to be good. Whatever we see has to be pure. Whoever we hang out with, they have to be a good people. That is the value of satsang. Satsang means being in the group of people who have the purpose in life. Satsang helps the mind body to become stronger. In addition, nowadays, it is the third body, the mind, that is sadly malnourished. In each home, people are cribbing and crying. We are all engrossed in negativity. And that is why most of the diseases prevalent today are psychosomatic in nature. Even doctors agree that 90% of our health issues are psychosomatic in nature, and the reason is simple. We have weakened our mind body. We are not just feeding the right thoughts to our mind body. Just as the food and oxygen is important for the physical and energy body, good thoughts are imperative food for the mind body. Yogasanas, pranayama purify and rejuvenate the first physical and second pranic body. For the healing and cleansing of the third body, we need silence and meditation. Silence and meditation are the two remedies to cleanse or heal this third body, that is mind body. When we purify this third mind body through silence and meditation, we enter into the fourth body called as Vijnanmaya Kosha, which is abode of pure intelligence, that is all-knowing state of our existence. Once all our three bodies are purified by pure food, pranayama, silence and meditation, the higher state of pure knowledge awakens in us. For that, we need not to go to any university to get a higher education. Even an illiterate people also have the pure knowledge of intelligence which always guides us about how to live a life. So means living a life through our fourth body is very, very important here. When you are experiencing the intelligent body, in this state, all our actions are guided by the spontaneous or pure knowledge or intelligence. Imagine, once again we will take the one example. Imagine we are walking down the roadside and we see a tree laden with ripe mangoes. What comes in our mind? In our memory, which is in the third body, mango has a sweet taste. And the ego, again in the third body, gets the desire to eat that mango. And what do? We pluck the fruit of the tree and eat it. Now, in this situation, who has done the deed of plucking the mango? That is this physical body. However, who has directed this physical body? The third body, that is the mind body. So the physical body serves and the director is the mind body. Therefore, we create thoughts and accordingly the body works, which is why it is of prime importance that all our three bodies are pure, so that our actions are aligned with the fourth body, that is of pure intelligence. Suppose, now again we will take that example. Suppose you walk down the street again, see that mango, let that desire to eat it arise. This desire, get it recommended from a higher authority, that is fourth body. What does it say? It tells you not to pluck the neighbor's mango, go and buy from a market and eat it. Therefore, our fourth body, that is of right knowledge, it helps us to do correct actions, and results of that correct action is contentment. If we had eaten the mango of the tree, the neighboring owner might have yelled at us. We might have got into a fight and we would have become upset. When our actions are guided by the fourth body, that is of higher intelligence, our physical body naturally and spontaneously does the correct action and we become happy and content. Well, after purification of physical body, energy body and the mind body, then the fourth intelligence body will be aligned and all our actions will be right actions and resulting in a happiness and contentment. Therefore, any action supported by a good intellect brings joy and happiness in our life. As we do good actions with pure deeds, our fourth body, that is the intelligence body, is purified and we are open to our final layer of existence, that is Anandamayi Kosha, the blissful state of our final existence. Every human being is in search of total bliss, that is not outside, that is within. By cleansing the first four bodies, we reach our final fifth layer of existence, that is Anandamayi Kosha. Ancient yogis, in search of that joyful state of existence, they sacrificed their worldly life and went mountains to attain this particular higher consciousness, that is fifth body, that is Anandamayi Kosha. What did they do by going in the mountains? Before doing any meditation, they practiced asanas, that is the postures. For sitting in one posture for a meditation, you need to have a pure, transparent, clean body. Therefore, they used to practice certain cleansing processes. In yogic tests, they are called as yogic kriyas. With these yogic kriyas, their first physical body used to get clean and they were able to sit for hours together in one posture for meditation, and ultimately they attained samadhi, that is the higher state of consciousness. We all know every human being is born to reach that higher state of existence. That is the dharma we need to do in our life. Otherwise, being human is waste. In yoga, we say sharir madhyam khalu dharma sadhanam, which means to complete the purpose of life, we need to do dharma. That is the certain duties. And to do that dharma, to do those duties, we need to have a very clean, transparent, vibrant physical body. You just cannot ignore the first physical body. Therefore, all these ancient yogis used to practice different kinds of yogic kriyas to make this physical body helpful in doing different yogic penances. So by doing Vamana, Jalaneti, Shankaprakshala, Amroli, they used to clean this first physical body and ultimately they reach that higher consciousness. Therefore, in ancient days, all these yogic kriyas were meant for purifying our body and the mind and reaching that ultimate fifth layer of our existence, that is Anandamayi Kosha. Ultimately, the point which I wish to mention here is, if all these yogic kriyas can clean our existence and help us to reach that blissful state of existence, that is our life, then the same yogic body cleansing can be helpful in keeping this body very, very healthy. In modern days, all these yogic cleansing techniques are being used as Panchakarma therapy with different names. However, they sparingly left out one kriya, that is Amroli kriya, that is Shivambu, because it is not easily sellable. If we want to reach the blissful body within us, then it starts with the purification of our physical body. In addition, if there is an easy way to purify this physical body, then it is Amroli kriya. Now, the important thing here, we have to understand that if any disease occurs due to the accumulation of foreign substances in the body, then by purifying the body, we can get freedom from any disease. Therefore, if we purify the body by practicing Amroli kriya, which was used in ancient times, then we can get freedom from any disease. Not only freedom from any disease, but also we can become healthy at physical, mental, social and spiritual level. That is why I always say that the Amroli kriya, what we call Shivambu therapy, today is not just a treatment methodology, but it is really a spiritual healing. Thank you.